Hello everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Bienvenidos. Espero que todos estén muy bien. In this video, we are going to continue our practice of the preterite of irregular verbs, and we are going to focus specifically on the verb tener and look at some examples. This is one of a series of videos on irregular verbs in the preterite, so I do have a separate video for each irregular verb that we've covered. To find those other videos, you can go back to my channel homepage and you'll find them there. There's also a playlist that I have that has videos that have to do only with the preterite, so you can find that also. And remember, if you're studying the preterite and you don't have any materials, you can also just Google the topic irregular verbs in the preterite and you'll find some videos on YouTube that talk about irregular verbs and give you examples. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of the verbs that we're dealing with. So we've already had a video on hacer, venir, and querer, and we are looking at tener. The following videos have to do with estar, poder, poner, decir, and traer. So let's go ahead and get started with tener. One expression that we use with tener is to have a lot of homework, tener mucha tarea. So we're going to practice with that in the past tense in the preterite. So how would you say I had a lot of homework in Spanish? ¿Cómo se dice? I had a lot of homework. All you have to do is conjugate tener in the preterite. Remember, it's irregular, so you just have to memorize it. There's no way around that. Again, native speakers just learn irregular verbs through practice, so that's what you have to do, just practice, and the more you do that, the better you'll get. So here we go with our first example. Tuve mucha tarea. Tuve mucha tarea. I had a lot of homework. Remember, the preterite has to do with actions that are considered done and over with. So when you say I had a lot of homework, you're implying that it's the state of having homework is completed. It's over. Tuve mucha tarea. Tuve mucha tarea. If you want to ask someone using tu, did you have a lot of homework? How would that be? ¿Cómo se dice? Tuviste mucha tarea. Tuviste mucha tarea. Did you have a lot of homework? Tuviste mucha tarea. Did you have a lot of homework? She had a lot of homework. ¿Cómo se dice? She had a lot of homework. Ella tuvo mucha tarea. Ella tuvo mucha tarea. She had a lot of homework. Ella tuvo mucha tarea. Tener mucho trabajo, to have a lot of work. So here we want to say we had a lot of work. How would you say we had a lot of work? ¿Cómo se dice? We had a lot of work. Tuvimos mucho trabajo. Tuvimos mucho trabajo. We had a lot of work. Tuvimos mucho trabajo. They had a lot of work. ¿Cómo se dice? Ellos tuvieron mucho trabajo. Ellos tuvieron mucho trabajo. They had a lot of work. Ellos tuvieron mucho trabajo. Okay, remember tener expressions like tener frío, to be cold, tener calor, to be hot, tener miedo, to be scared. So when we use a tener expression in the preterite, for example here, we want to say, I was cold. Remember, tener frío literally means to have cold, but when you translate that back to English, it means to be cold. In other words, to feel cold. So if I want to say I was cold, it's a tener expression that we have to use, and I do have a separate video on tener expressions. If you haven't seen it, go back to my homepage to find it. I was cold. Tuve frío. Tuve frío. I was cold. Tuve frío. I was hot. Tener calor. Tuve calor. Tuve calor. I was hot. Tuve calor. Remember, the tener expressions don't translate literally word for word back to English, so you have to be careful. Tuve calor means I was hot. Tener miedo, to be scared. Literally to have fear, but when we translate it back to English, it means to be scared. We use to be in English instead of to have. So I was scared. Tuve miedo. Tuve miedo. I was scared. Tuve miedo. Okay, well, remember, you absolutely have to memorize the forms of tener and the preterite. And that's it for this video. See you in the next one. Ciao.